Hello, babies, and welcome to Simply Stacy, where the jewel of the Lord is our strength. Well, today I want to talk about God is going to give you a song of victory. And our text is going to come from Judges 4 and 5. And during this time in Judges, this was after Joshua had died and the children of Israel had went into the promised land, but they didn't possess the promised land. And to God, that was disobedience because he had told them what he wanted them to do, but they hadn't did it. And then they wound up not telling their kids the covenant that God had gave them. And the generations just was starting to go downhill because they was not keeping God's covenant. They was doing things their own way, serving false gods. And God says in that chapter, they actually had became adulterous. That means just like a husband and wife, if you cheat on your husband and wife, that's adultery. So the children of Israel had been committing adultery on God, serving other gods and not doing what he wanted them to do. And during this time, Deborah was judge. And in this chapter, it says, Deborah went underneath a palm tree. And God had gave her what to tell the military leader during that time, which was Barak, how to go out and overtake their enemies. And they had enemies because God had allowed them to go into slavery. He allowed them to be enslaved because they was being disobedient. So he allowed the other nations around them to take them into captivity because they did not do what God told them to do, possess the land. And that's some of us today. God done told us to do certain things, execute certain things, and go out here and do certain things. But we just refuse to do them out of fear, out of not understanding, whatever the case may be. There's some things that God done told you to do that you're not doing. He may told you to cut certain people out your life. He may have told you not to take certain jobs. He may have told you to do certain things with your children that you have not done. But whatever the case may be, there's some things that God has given you to do that you have not done. And in this particular chapter, when she went underneath the palm tree and God had talked to her and she told Barak what to do, Barak refused to go out on the battlefield without her. Now, during this time, that was really something amazing because she was a woman. And women didn't have authority like we do now. They didn't do things like we do now. They was basically like second-class citizens, and that's how it is in some other countries. American women are really blessed over here in this nation. But even in that time when she went underneath that palm tree, God talked to her and told her what to tell Barak. And that's what God want to do with some of us. He want to put you underneath that palm tree. A palm tree represents an oasis, a place of being watered. Also, it means a place of prosperity and a place of peace and rest. And that's what God want to do with some of us. Been going through a long time. Been going through a lot of trials and tribulations. It's been rough because God just wants us to line up and be obedient to him. Go take dominion like he told Adam in the beginning. Take dominion over everything. And a lot of us as saints are not taking dominion. We're not allowing God's kingdom to manifest through us. But today, babies, God want to put you underneath that palm tree. He want to download to you what he wants to do through you. He wants to give you an oasis. He wants to give you a place of water. He wants to give you a place of prosperity. Palm tree also means a place of beauty. He wants to give you a place of beauty in your life. He wants to give you beauty for your ashes. You done gone through so many things, but he want to give you beauty for your ashes. He want to manifest his glory through you. Some of you been dry. It's been a dry place. You don't know which way to turn, which way to go. But God going to take you underneath that palm tree and download to you what he wants to do. And it's going to be a place of water, a place of oasis, a place of beauty, a place of prosperity. In the midst of you getting prosperity, he's going to let you know what he wants you to do with your money. He has a plan for your money. A lot of people want money, but they don't know what they're going to do with it. They just want to get things, toys. Just go out here and just do whatever with the money, just to have money. Because down here on this earth, it's like money is the answer to all things. But God don't have a problem with giving you money, but he has a plan for it. He wants you to use it for his glory. He wants to get the glory out of everything in your life. And he's going to have a song of victory for you. Everything that you've been going through, you're going to overcome. You're going to defeat your enemies. Like Deborah told Barak what to do and go out there. And they did. She wound up going out there with him on the battlefield. And they won over their enemies. They won over their enemies. And they got a song of victory. Chapter 5 is Deborah singing that song of victory. And God's going to give you a song of victory. He's going to make your enemies your footstool. He's going to give you a table prepared for you in the presence of your enemies. He's going to give you that song of victory. So allow him to take you to that quiet place underneath that palm tree. So he can give you the information and download into you what he wants you to do in your life. Well, baby, God loves you and so do I. And allow God to take you by that palm tree. Give you that oasis. Give you that song of victory. Give you that palm tree that gives you that prosperity. That gives you the water in your life. Give you that refreshing in your life. Well, babies, God loves you and so do I. Smooches.